Hello, welcome everybody. Good day. Welcome to our Shaman's Directory live community event. Thank you for being with us here. I am Yumi Beckers from the Netherlands, and I am one of the founding members of Shaman's Directory, and I'm truly honored to be here as your host for today's event. Please feel free to say hello in the chat and let us know where you're viewing from. And I would also invite you to make yourself comfortable in your sacred space. So you're all ready to receive the beauty, wisdom, and the knowledge as well that will be shared with us today. And for those of you who are perhaps new here, I would like to say welcome and also let me introduce a little bit about ourselves. Shaman's Directory is a nonprofit global online platform dedicated to bringing shamanic earth-based services to the world's doorstep. We are inclusive to original people and First Nation medicine people and healers, as well as modern-day shamanic practitioners. And our vision is to unite medicine people from around the world and create a safe place where their gifts and services can be shared and made accessible to anyone who seeks guidance and support of a shamanic earth-based healer or teacher. And we hope that all of our offerings through Shaman's Directory will inspire you to incorporate some of these shamanic earth-based healing to your regular health and well-being practices. And we also invite you to visit our website at shamansdirectory.com to learn more and join our global family, our community, by signing up through our newsletter so that we can let you know about more events like this and also other offerings from the greater shamanic community. And please note that for today that we do not offer live questions during this event, but feel free to use the chat box to put in your comments or your questions. So we will, try to get through them and respond to them throughout this event. And without further ado, it's really my true pleasure to introduce our special guest and Shaman's Directory ambassador and member Ahamkara, who will be speaking on the theme Leaving Fox Time and Entering the Time of the Wolf. Hello, Ahamkara. Welcome.
Yeah, and let's begin our meeting. For some people, it's evening. For some people, it's morning. Yeah, it's a global global event. Yeah, we have. But anyway, nice to be connected with all of you. And some of you know me. Some of you know me quite well. I see some people from my education also here. And it will be interesting, I think, for everyone to follow the subject because anyway, it's connected with all of us. And of course, you hear a lot from different directions about new time. Many spiritual groups and organizations talk about it and explain in a different way what's happened and how it happened. Today, I want to explain like a perspective through the shamanism about this time. Also, it's connected with the old calendar, which is have different ages, and I explain a little bit about that too, and different totems what represent this calendar. And also try to explain my vision or my feelings about this new time, actually time of the wolf. And for the new people, if you don't know about me, I'm Ahamkara, Siberian shaman and healer. Shortly, my main destiny in life, how I feel it, to healing people, bring healing to the world in a different way. And that's what I do. And today, I would like to share with you what I know about this new time. Let's begin. First of all, we just cross the moment 2012, it was a crossing point, or like a border point, yeah, from fox time to the wolf time, is like that. And time of the fox is very long time. Actually, it's each age is very long time. It's more than 1,000 years. Yeah, actually, fox time started like 392. Yeah, in the our age. It's mean 2012 minus 392. You can calculate how long the age of the fox. Yeah, it's about 1,600, something like that. Yes, of course. Age of the wolf is also quite long, and is also about 1,600 years. It means it's a very long period, yeah. And of course, we just only in the beginning of the wolf time, and we say that this border is having also quite a symbolism, because it's a border between, you can say, like end of the night and the beginning of the morning. Yeah, it's like sunrise moment. Actually, 2012, it's like a first light of the sun coming like in the morning. Yeah, it's mean like we already from 2012 living 12 years. It's mean already 12 years the sun is getting more and more bright and more intense, and this light, it's like awakening. Yeah, it's like awake people, awake energy around us. You can say like in the night everything is sleeping, and it's dark. Yeah, nothing to see, and energetically you can say it's like lowest frequency in the night. Yeah, and then with the morning the frequencies start growing, and coming like light, which is help us to see, see where we are, what we do, and things like that. And the night is it's like four different totems. Yeah, like actually, maybe it's good to make it like connection with the zodiac. Yeah, because we know zodiac very well. Like in zodiac, we have 12 months or 12 symbols. Yeah, and in our calendar is a 16 instead of 12. We have 16. Yeah, it's a little bit like more totems, and each four representing like one part of the rhythm, you can say. We take the rhythm of the day because it's very familiar with us, like morning, evening, night, and the day. Yeah, it's very easy to imagine energy of the morning time, energy of the night time, energy of the day. Yeah, and four totems representing like four periods, four eras, you can say, representing night. For example, night is it's a four totems, like falcon, it's a elk, it's a bull, and the last one is a fox. Yeah, it's mean night time. It was like four times 1,600 years. Yeah, there's always a night period, and it's connected with our planet, which is circling around the center of the galactic. Yeah, that's connected with this. It's also related a bit with the Maya calendar. Yeah, you know that in the Maya calendar, also 2012, it was also like end of the calendar. Yeah, and some people think it's end of the world. Yeah, and many people start to preparing for the end of the world, like selling everything and going to the mountains and things like that. Actually, it was all around the world, and many people was think that way. Yeah, but actually, as we know, that life is going on, and it was just end of the circle. Yeah, but circle doesn't have really end. Yeah. Uh, if the end, it started a new circle. Yeah, it's like new rhythm, new new beginning, so like that. And actually, in many tradition, spring energy is like a new beginning. Spring or a morning energy, like a new day or a new beginning, yeah, and that's actually representing this. I think in my, I don't really deep in the Maya calendar, but I hear a little bit about it. That people say, okay, that's end of the calendar, nothing else go after it. We have to preparing for the end of the world. No, and yeah, life is going on, and we say it's beginning of a new time. And let's talk a little bit about fox. Yeah, first, what is the meaning of the totem of the fox? But totem not as a totem in shamanism, and you connect it with the fox spirit, but it's more about the era. Yeah, because many information we can receive about fox through the fairy tales, for example, through the legends and stories what left from our ancestors, and most of the stories say that the fox having energy of lying and manipulation, yeah, lying and manipulating of other animals. Of course, it's more symbolism. Real foxes are not the same, yeah. It's more like representing the energy. But anyway, like fox, kind of more sneaky, more looking how to catch something and kind of abuse or manipulate with others. Yeah, actually, it's one of the main quality of that age of the fox. It's was abusing and manipulation and using the power to yeah, to get some resources and get something from life, because it was very low frequency. Another way to say it's a little bit like a darkness time, yeah. And this darkness time, of course, people, if you imagine it energetically, it's a little bit like getting blind, yeah. They don't know what they do in a way, yeah. And sometimes they get really, yeah, a little bit like crazy or wild, and start doing things which is yeah, you would never do if you just analyze, look, and kind of observe the situation. It's like often you follow the impulse of the energy around. It's also connected with situation when you are in the big group, for example. I don't know, like when you are in a stadium and everybody's, I don't know, singing or screaming, and very hard to to do something different, yeah, because the group energy is like catch you, and you with that energy start doing the same what others are doing. Actually, in our life is similar. Like if everybody around you doing something, you start doing that as well, like a kind of energetical field. Yeah, it's like good example about vegetarian people. Yeah, now these days many people vegetarian, but if you take like I don't know, like 50 years ago, maybe 60 years ago, that was very strange to be vegetarian, because it was not so many people. Other people think they are crazy or they're not normal, and it was really kind of uncomfortable to be vegetarian in that time. Yeah, and now every restaurant is serving vegetarian meal and food, and no questions, no problem, and vegetarian, okay, go on your way. But it's much easier, and because amount of people who is accept this idea is growing, and it's also creating like energetical field, you can say like that, and that field is also working. Yeah. But on the other hand, why that eras is working? Yeah, because our planet or our solar system is moving through the galactic, through the different places of galactic. Yeah, and it's also have different energy, and that's also have different influence on our planet. Also, our uh, solar system is go closer and a little bit more far from the center of the galactic as well. Yeah, and we say center of the galactic is a place where the power is, or like the energy is, light is, and then as in closer you are, and more light coming to the planet of the Earth as well. Yeah, something like that. And yeah, that's why the different qualities of the energy is influence us altogether on our planet. And yeah, when we was living in the Fox Age, we have that influence, and that influence was about, yeah, lying and manipulation, mainly about lie. Lie was very common in that period. If you look at even I don't know, 50 years ago or 40 years ago, to lie, especially in the politician world, yeah, it was very common. It's not disappeared yet because we are not so far in the new era. It's still lying exists, but already now, if a politician is uh, if the politician is lying, it's become more visible. That's actually one of the wolf quality, or the quality of the wolf time. We start to see the lie, see or feel. You can say, like, if somebody lie, you can start to recognize that more easily. Of course, in the old days, in the fox time, also was the sensitive people. They also recognize lie. They also can feel and see the lie, but it was much less people. Now it's almost everyone begin to feel the lie from others. And now these days, lying become not profitable so much anymore. Yeah, because imagine you are lying, and others can recognize that you are lying. Yeah, and then of course you feel like a little bit upset that nobody believe your lie. Yeah, and then actually all going opposite. Yeah. Sometimes people play the game, and they maybe see that you lie, but they kind of make, I'll say, show that they believe you. That's possible as well, because they maybe don't want to disturb your theater. And the same happened with the politician. You can see it yourself. Like when you look television, maybe sometimes, and see some politician is talking about something, and somehow it's more easy to recognize when they lie. Maybe you not really know exactly what the lie, but when you see people talking, we start to sense that much more easily, because one of the main quality of the wolf age, it's truth. Yeah, truth and purity, you can say. Yeah, truth or purity, and purity in a different way. Yeah. Uh, because in the fox time it was opposite, like lying and make a mess. Yeah, make a mess in a different way. Also abusing. Yeah, if you look not so far, humans have a slavery period of time, and slavery was quite normal. So at the middle age, there was a time of the witch, for example. Yeah, where almost every healer or shaman can be say that you are like from devil, and can be killed. Yeah, and this also create a big trauma for many people, and that trauma also need to be transformed and clean. And actually, this is a perfect time started from that. It can be a very personal trauma, so personal healing, a personal yeah, family cleansing. But it also can be in the global, like all the humans. Yeah, because wolf energy, first of all, it's an energy of cleansing. Yeah, and first, what we need to do, it's activate that cleansing. But cleansing is like organize more purity from the mess what's been done last kind of hundreds of years. Yeah, and for that reason, I often say in my lessons or in my lectures that it's a time for more healers and more shamans, because imagine a fox time is like the end of the night, yeah, and wolf time it's the beginning of the morning. It's mean like we get awake, and when we get awake, like we need to understand what to do, like we need to find the right direction or the knowledge what we kind of disconnected. Yeah, of course, if you look at your morning, it's very fast. Yeah, because it's just in an hour you get awake, you remember everything, you go on with your plans and the projects. But if you take in this ages time, yeah, this is much longer. Yeah, it's maybe 1 year. It's like 1 second in your morning. Yeah, and for that reason, like we just awake, and we need to remember that wisdom what our ancestors have, and what history say, like what we learn and study in at school. I think it's not complete history, because humans live much longer on the planet of the Earth, and we have many knowledge and wisdom, and the pyramids and other artifacts what you see all around the world, they show it that technically and um, humans been developed quite well before, but because it was a night time, yeah, all that knowledge gets not disappeared but gets sleepy. Yeah, like you need to remember them again, and they exist in the dream reality, they exist in the dream world, and we need to remember it, we need to like get awake. Yeah, that's why people who is sensitive, like healers and shamans, mediums, also the people of the wolf time, because they kind of faster can help others to reconnect with the old knowledge, old wisdom, and a new way of being and living, because now it's become possible. It's like it's time for that, actually. And for that reason, I think it's not enough healers and shamans, because sometimes people say, oh, become so many healers, so many shamans, but the needs is much bigger, because people get more and more awake, and of course they start searching for help, searching for guidance, searching for explanation of what's going on with me, why I'm so sensitive, for example, because it's really become more sensitive people, and sometimes they don't know what to do with them sensitivity. And of course exists like hypersensitivity, like kind of destruction in the body, but I'm not talking about that sensitivity. I'm talking about sensitivity like you feel more than others, and sometimes people just don't know where to share that or where to talk about it with others, and they sometimes shame to talk about this. And some of my students, they really happy to find the path of the shaman healer, because they say, okay, now I can share my experience. Now I can understand what happened with me, and I can also help other people. That's for many, actually, for most of the healers and shamans, it's the priority, like helping and supporting other people. And that's the wolf time. And if you look at the wolf energy, it's energy of being honest. Yeah, like. If you look at the circus, for example, you never find the wolves who is trained by the how's called the people in the circus. Yeah, they take dogs, they take other animals, elephants, but not wolves. Wolves is a free animal, like animal which is really like freedom. They don't feel well when they are locked, for example. Yeah, of course, you can get a baby wolf and educate it as a dog, and it's possible. Yeah, there exist many places where people train the wolves. Yeah, but anyway, wolf is an animal which really like a freedom. So the wolf's freedom is very, very important. And for that reason, the wolf age, wolf era, it's a time of find your freedom, and not American freedom, because American freedom is like to have enough money or have a good job. it's more freedom, opposite, like a freedom from attachments, what we have in life. Because actually, fox time, it's creating an attachments. Yeah, it's like, what is attachment? Yeah, like when you, for example, attach to smoking. Yeah, you smoke, and it's okay. I'm not against of it, but it's also something about holding you, yeah, and limited your freedom. Because if you need always to smoke, like you not feel well if you don't have a um, not have a cigarettes around, yeah, because it's give you stress. That's an attachment. But if you can smoke and also not smoke, that is a freedom, yeah, because you're comfortable with both ways, yeah. It's not about smoking or not smoking. It's about feel not depend from things, yeah. And that's what actually one of the subject what now I think most of the people have to think, like be more independent, or like not having that dependency from different attachments. Because in the fox time it was opposite, like make more dependency, make more different attachments, and then you more locked, yeah, more limited, and more kind of suffering as well. And there was a of course you can ask me, like, what about corona time? Like, it's now, if it's a wolf time and then suddenly coming corona time and then everybody get locked, yeah. It's like look like opposite of that. And I can say that it's really happened like in a fight, because some people were very open for the new time. They really open and they really like to be free and working with them attachments, and uh, telling the truth, and working with the truth, yeah. But some people, they don't want to left the fox time. They kind of feel very well in that time. I mean, well, not always well, yeah, because fox time for most of the people it's a stressful time, but it's more like you know how to live in that time, you know what to do, how to manage, and things like that. And then when the new time is coming, you feel like it's stressful. You don't want that. You want to stay in like in the previous time, but it's not possible as well. It's like, imagine you are a child and then you grow and then you have your favorite clothes, but your clothes get too small for you, but you still try to wear these clothes. Yeah, I don't know, some t-shirt or some jeans. You hardly can get into the jeans, into the t-shirt, but you still try to put it on. Yeah, that's what exactly happened now with many people. The time is not fit, but they try to anyway to get into that energy. And now it's happened like that, kind of fight. Some people open and they go, and some people are really against of that, and they try to live in the old way. And that's what why that crisis has happened, because every border activated the crisis. Because even if you look at the morning time, because the sun is rising, it's getting warmer, it's activating the wind, yeah. The wind starts like morning wind start to blow, and it's also kind of turbulence, yeah. Maybe for us it's not so bad, yeah. We just like it sometimes even, but in the human life it's also activates some turbulence. And the reason, because not everybody just open and easy can accept this new time. And also one of the main quality of the fox is the fear, manipulation of the fear, because through the fear you can manipulate others. And that's why we have so many different ways to do that. And when I look at my patients, many of them have so much fear, because I think um, it's treated so much that some people already can't handle it anymore. Yeah, it's like scaring, like, and then it's coming some moment you say, I don't want to afraid anymore. I'm tired to live all the time in fear. But fear is quite a damage energy. It's like damage our body a lot, yeah. And if somebody manipulate you, yeah, you can recognize them. First of what happen, it's activating your fear, and then you're afraid of something, and then you try. It's like I remember it with the Corona time. One of my students, she don't want to be vaccinated, but her husband is push her to do it, yeah, and she did it, and then she get very sick and almost almost dead. And second time she said, no way, I don't want to do it. But again, like he put pressure, and then again, because of the fear, because of the pressure, she again did it, and again she was very sick. It's like sometimes we know that it's not good to do it, but we're still doing it, yeah, because of the fear and because of the like how to say, manipulation, or also the way of living. Like if we used to be like a victim, for example, and being manipulated many times, it's hard to get and to be free. It's also like an example with some animals. I think the animal was living in the cage for many years, yeah, and then people take cage away, but animal just keep walking in the in that area of the cage where the cage standing and cannot get out of that. It's like we are so much used to be in the cage, yeah, that now with the wolf time, these cages start to be disappeared, but we still kind of not get out. Not about everyone, yeah, but some people is really like that. It's like, yeah, be free, just do what you want. Now this possibility is coming, and actually it is. Like if you look with the modern time, there's many options for doing different things, good things, yeah, and that's give us freedom. But not everybody is taking that freedom. Like it's not only enough to know that the freedom and new energy of the wolf coming, but also important to take it, yeah. Take it is mean like follow that new energy. Like cage is disappeared, and you just need to learn to get out of that border, invisible border what exists in our head. Actually, yeah. Now it's just in our head. Yeah, that's the main things, and also what can help us to get more in the wolf time. It's as I say, be independent, and of course exist now coming in new ideas of living. For example, I really very much appreciate of ideas of Anastasia. It's like Siberian woman which is mention her wisdom about life, and she said that it's nice to have your own vegetable garden where you can grow your own vegetables and become maybe not completely independent, but at least partly independent from the supermarket, yeah. And of course, like the food from supermarkets is less healthy than the food from your own garden. Yeah. I just have a brother, and he bought some kind of machine which is measure different nutritions in the food, yeah. And he started to measure the food from the garden of my parents, and then he said like everything is lower than it should be. I mean that bad stuff, yeah. And when he started to measure the things from the shop, like says like it's always above what it's not should be, and not good for the health. Yeah, it's mean when you grow yourself food, it's number one, it's more healthy with nutritions, and also it's more carry energy of love, yeah, because you grow it for yourself or for your family, and that's what she mentioned. Like if you grow food with yourself, it's different. If you just grow food for industry, yeah, industry food, it's okay too. It's eatable. We eat it anyway, but it's less. kind of healthy, let's say like that, compared food what you grow. And that's why I like these ideas. Also, she say that mentioned that if you have a piece of land, unconsciously you feel more safe and more relaxed because from ages the land and the soil is feed our ancestors. Yeah, it's like if you have a piece of land, you can always grow something out of it. Yeah? And that's what I also recommend some of my students who have too much stress, too much fears. As I just looking for the land, maybe rent it, maybe buy it if it's possible. And maybe you not grow anything on the land, but if you have a land, it's already give you inner peace, in a harmony, because it's connected with the knowledge of our ancestors and the wisdom of our ancestors. And land is always giving a possibility to survive. Yeah? And if you don't have a land, unconsciously you already begin to feel insecure, and more fear is coming. And I think that's also the future of the people. Maybe not very close future, but the future, maybe next generations, to live a bit more independent. Yeah, it's like to clean. First of all, it's a cleaning. Yeah, cleaning what has been done already. Second, it's bring more energy of love. Love energy is energy what also connected with the wolf type, and we need to learn to love again, actually, because many people they talking about love, but to feel love for some people is very difficult. Yeah? And I think it's also one of the thing what is important on the wolf type, because love, and to be honest, is very connected. Yeah, because if you're honest, it's more easy to feel love as well. In my view, it's connected, because to be honest, you need that inner power to, how to say, what you really think, or what you really are, or what you really did. Yeah, because often we lie because we're afraid, of punishment, or we're afraid of other things. Not always that people lie because they are bad people. No, sometimes it's also just because we don't want to have problems. We don't want to be um, like punishment, yeah, from others, from society, from government, or whatever else. And for that reason, yeah, to be honest, it's yeah, you need to collect a lot of love, because love is always the opposite of the fear. And that's what this border is. Like fox is more about fear, and the wolf is more about love energy. Yeah, and of course, it's a big step too, to accumulate love, and loving yourself, loving your family, loving your friends, loving strangers around you. That's a process, and it's not easy. And the first step, you need to clean. Yeah, clean, because if you're living in mess, it's so difficult to love. Yeah, because also um, you can recognize that with the very addictive people. For example, people who are addicted of narcotics, and they lost any sense of that honesty. Yeah, they can lie, they can do whatever else just to get what they need. Yeah, because they are so much dependent. It's just a good example about also, then more we become dependent, then more we start to lie, and then more we start kind of getting to the fear. And opposite of that, if then less we depend, then more we are free. It's like you always say, okay, if I go to the right, it's okay. If I go to the left, it's also okay. It's like you free to do this or that. Yeah, you both feel good. But if you always see the choice, like if I go to the right, it's good, and if I go to the left, it's bad. That's activate this fear, and also it's opposite of freedom. And that's why we need to learn also in a different situation feel this freedom, and wolf age actually help with that. I think it's slowly start visible, at least for me. And another side of the transformation from fox to the wolf, it's a big changes, yeah. And these changes come to the planet, to the earth, and we want it or we don't want it, it will happen anyway, yeah. And the best what we can do, we just need to learn as fast as possible to accept this new changes, yeah, and let go the past simply. And of course, some people will not like to let go the past. They will try to kind of holding the past and living in the past, and of course they will make troubles for others around. But then more faster you will feel this new time and accept it and go on with it, then more relaxed you will be. Yeah? And that's what I think also very important to understand about this period. Like, you cannot take past with you to the future, because in the moment of the borders, time is go faster. That's what many people recognize. Time is go faster because many things happen in the short period of time. It's like in the middle of the night, for example, like a few thousand years ago, like 2000 years ago, there was not a big changes. It was similar energy, and that energy is going on and on and on. And one generation of people, most of the time, nothing big happen, yeah. But we are lucky to live in the time when many things happen, yeah. It's like in the life of one person happens so many things, yeah. It's like incredible, like how many things happen. Like, imagine your life when you was a child and look at your life now. There's so many things change around you, between people, communication, yeah, there's internet coming, mobile phones, yeah, computers, like technology, and many other things happen, yeah, in this period. And that's what also representing that moment of change, yeah. Always in the moment of change, everything go faster. And for some people, it's getting too much. Yeah, it's like really too much. It's like very intense. And we need to learn to live in this intensive time, and also make the right priorities, yeah. And the right priorities is mean like to let go the past, yeah. Don't carry too much from the past with you, yeah. If you can let it go, just let it go. Don't carry it with you to your new life. Of course, it's sometimes difficult, easy to say, but difficult to do. But for example, my course education, what I start with the people, I always started from the cleansing. I say, okay, before you start the education, you need to clean your house, yeah, because it's open the space, yeah, space in the house, but also in your head. Because if you want to learn new, you need some space where to put that new. But if you carry your old things with you, then sometimes difficult to get something new because you're already full. Yeah? And because the time is so fast, we need to also learn to clean faster. Yeah, it's like time is speed up, new things go faster to our life, and then also we need to learn to let go the old things as well as fast as possible. And then you get more in balance then, and then you get more in flow, and yeah, don't need to carry past to the future, especially now, yeah, especially now, because now that's really more important. And also, I think we need to awake that old wisdom, which is mostly coming from the spirits. Of course, some wisdom maybe exists in the written texts, but I think it's not so much left. Most of the wisdom, anyway, from the last few thousand years, yeah, which is in the calendar, it's a time of the night, time of the, yeah, fox, you can say. And then better to awake and get this knowledge through the dream world, through the spirits, and spirits teach us, guide us, and help us also to learn that. That's why I always say shamanism is impossible to destroy. Yeah, like you can destroy any philosophy or religious because it's based on written texts and written rules. But shamanism is not based on written rules or written text. Yeah, it's based on spirits, and spirits invisible. You cannot kill the spirits. Yeah, it's like you cannot burn them, you cannot do anything with them. Yeah, because they are from the dream reality, and that's why shamanism is impossible to make disappear. Yeah, everything what is having material basement or like material form, yeah, you can burn it or destroy it. But even if you destroy and kill shamans and healers, that's what happened actually, yeah, in the time of the church and the time of the communism, yeah. There was quite intensively, it was many killers and shamans destroyed, killed also. But they still came up, yeah, from nowhere, yeah. It's like how it's possible, yeah, because shaman can be taught by the spirits directly. You don't need anybody else, yeah. Of course, it's a difficult process, but sometimes a very heavy process, but it's possible, yeah, and that's actually happened all the time. I see many people who've been teach by the spirits, and they receiving knowledge constantly from the spiritual world, and they learn, and then yeah, growing with knowledge of the spirits. That's why I think shamanism. It's the I never say it's religious because because religious is different. Shamanism, it's a way of being, I would say, like that. It's like the way of connect the dream world, material world, and it's something that help people for ages. Yeah, that's for sure. Okay, that's my main message. What I want to share today, and it, I think fits with many information what you hear about. New frequency, because it's also you can see it through the frequency way, like night time is a low frequency, morning time is a higher frequency, the frequency growing, and we growing together with that frequency. If you're not growing, then you get out of rhythm of life, yeah, and then you get a lot of fear. That's actually also was quite visible in the corona time. Some people was happy. Like I was happy with the corona time because I can stay with my family. We just went to the forest in my healing center. There was yeah, no mask, no people around. You just even feel like you are separated from all that mess what been done with the corona time. And some people got so much fear, so much stress, so much negativity, and it's for some people it was a pleasant time, and for some people, it was a heavy time, yeah? I mean, Corona time. And you can see how it was for you, how you managed that, how you went through it. And I think it's also um, kind of sign of that new time, and also sign how to react on the changes, what happened around us. Okay, now you can ask questions. Maybe you want to clarify some parts of it. Of course, as I say, it's a 16 different um, parts of the calendar. Like 12 zodiacs, we have 16 kind of zodiacs. Yeah, about that. And each zodiac have some animal what representing this quality. Also possible to see this calendar not through the ages, I mean, 1600, but you can also see it like a year circle, yeah? And also possible like to see some months, yeah, during the year. Karen have a question. You can better ask it in the chat, yeah, because then the organizers can read your answers or read your questions and ask.
Yes, that will be great. So if everybody has a question, you can put them in the chat. I already saw a few coming in, so we will get to those. So I just want to thank you, Ahamkara, for sharing this great perspective about this time that we're in. And because there are many prophecies, of course, around the world that signals about this point of time that we're in. And I know that everybody was so excited to learn more from you about this time that we're in at our last conversation that you had here at our live event. So it's really great to hear more in depth about what this is all about. And what it for me also resonates with this, what you were saying is because there are also some other traditions around the world, and some talk also, for example, in the Hindu cosmovision about the Kali Yuga, and it kind of reminds me of that because the total Yuga cycle is apparently like 24,000 years, which is kind of similar to the precessional cycle, which is like 25,000 plus years or so. And they say that the Kali Yuga is kind of the dark age as you're describing as well.
Mhm.
And and then we're actually next year is kind of transiting, is the ending of that cycle, and that we're moving into a new one towards the golden age as well. So it's kind of like, yeah, feels like kind of similar as what you're saying. And I never heard this cosmology from the Siberian tradition about all of these cycles with the different animals that you say there's 16 of them. And I wonder, like, you mentioned that there are other animals, right? After, aside from the fox and the wolf, there's the hawk, and there's, other animals. And how does that actually transits then, like from the fox, wolf, and perhaps there's another one, or is it just these two main ones? I just like to understand a little.
No, it's just because we are living in that border, and that's why we're talking about it. But of course, if we would live, for example, in the other border, which is, for example, between a morning and the daytime, yeah, we will talk about completely other energies. Like we are already quite developed. For example, we are already having another society, I think, and then people already think how to make it better and how to use all the qualities and the power of people to make it. It's like anyway, we're living with the energy of the rhythms. Yeah, all the universe is a different rhythms. Yeah, and exists like a low part of the low phase of the rhythm and higher phase of the rhythm. And night is like lowest position, and the day is like a highest position. Yeah, of the rhythm. Yeah. And of course, when we are in the night, we are kind of in the low frequency and the low rhythm. And when we are in the day, we are rising up. Yeah, but every period have some qualities, and that shift between one quality and another quality is exist. Yeah, and exist everywhere. Yeah, it's like most visible. It's like time of the day, like night, evening, morning, and the day. Yeah, this is very visible and very sensible, you can say, moments. Like, for example, very clear when it's sunset and the light is disappeared and coming at dark. Yeah, that's like really um, visible and clear, and having a lot of kind of vision and sensation. Yeah, same with the morning time. Between morning and the day, a little bit less visible, because like morning more easy flow to the day, and same like day easy flow to the evening. Yeah, but this two phases of the rhythm between night and the morning is very strong. That's what we are now, and also very strong between evening and night. Yeah, it's also very strong. It's like getting dark. Yeah, it's a very powerful moments. And in a way, we are lucky to live in that moment to get sunrise. Yeah? Like imagine you're born in the time of sunrise, and that's was dark, and then suddenly get light. Yeah?
Right, right. Yeah, I suppose these are like certain energy qualities that you're referring to with these times of the day as well. Um, let me grab a question from the chat box as
Yeah,
well.
I see there's many questions coming. Yeah.
Yeah, I see some questions coming in. For example, here's one about the wolf and the fox. Are these spirits independent of these energies of the wolf or the fox? Someone is asking if there's a risk that calling for these spirits that we may call on the spirits who serve the energies of the fox.
Yeah, like we definitely have to separate that from the real animals, for example, real fox or real wolf. Yeah, of course, they also different. They have different qualities. But if you like listening about the age of the fox, then maybe you have a kind of negative vision of the fox as a totem or as a spirit or as an animal. Yeah, no, that's not true. Of course, we're talking about the uh, kind of periods, ages, which have some qualities. Yeah, and we're just taking the animals or totems which is more resonate with these qualities, yeah, and the fox like fit more to that time, yeah, because in Siberia many people working with the world around through the qualities of different totems and more easy to understand, and also many stories, fairy tales, also full of different animals, yeah, because through the animals we can understand more about life, yeah, what's going on. And you don't need to call this spirits. You need more to call that qualities of that each of the age to connect, yeah. But sometimes it's also can be helpful to connect with the wolf because wolf is resonate with the time, and you don't need to connect with the fox because we're living the fox, yeah. You need to more connect with the wolf to learn to be honest, I think, and learn to love, yeah, learn to rise the energy up, learn to clean. That's what definitely we can do. And with the help of the wolf, it's maybe also possible. But you can also call many other spirit helpers to get that help. Yeah.
Great, thank you. There's also a question which is kind of related to what I sort of asked, and I don't know, perhaps you can answer this way better, but can you speak about the yearly zodiac months divided into the 16? So different from the Western 12, or is it just more what you were explaining about the daytime, like the different energies as well? But of course, there's also a broader perspective of what you said that every cycle has 1600 years.
No, it's just a different like a way of counting. Yeah, it's like you can make like 4 months. Yeah, you can make 8 months. You can make 12. You can take 16. It's just different periods will be. Yeah, like just we have a one circle, like a year circle, for example, and then we split this year circle on equal, more or less equal amount of periods. Yeah, and then we already work with each of the period. Of course, when there's more periods, then there's more detailed the process. Yeah, like we can just simply make it four, like spring, autumn, summer, winter. Yeah, that will be like 4 big months, for example. But it's too big. Yeah, and then we make it smaller to connect it. And in some places it's 12, in some places it's 8, in some places it's 16. It's just a different way of see it.
Okay, thank
And I
you.
think it's also connected with the four, yeah, 4 times 4, because number 4 in shamanism, if you look all around the world, is quite an important number, like four wind directions, yeah, for big spirits, like in Siberian tradition. And I think this is like 4 times 4 that's coming in 16.
Yeah, it seems like a sacred number, like a completion as well. Um, Thank you for that. And also from what you all said and reflecting on that, I also feel like we are in this sort of time that people sort of need to make a choice here. And then I wonder, like you're already saying that people, yeah, need to sort of start to come out of their comfort zone or so. And that we maybe as human beings are like sort of reluctant to let go of our attachments, right? It's kind of safe to stay with the old or following the mainstream or have, rely on the systems that, can, sort of take care of us. But actually we need to sort of, yeah, set ourselves free and be more empowered and responsible for the betterment of ourselves and all life, basically. So I think that's a really, yeah, I can really resonate with that. And I can see it also happening as well. And I know that you're already sharing some practices about like what we can do to sort of, move more into this sort of time. But is there anything else that you could share, perhaps, like how we can, yeah, move through that like at a personal level but also at a collective level, so that we kind of process in more smoothly and more gently into this time of the wolf?
Yeah, but that's what you say exactly, like this. Like everybody have to take more responsibility because night is finished. We were sleepy, and now we have to be awake. Yeah, it's mean you say, okay, enough to sleep. I have to be awake, and then awake mean taking more responsibility for yourself and for your life. And number one, what everybody can integrate in your life, like stop complaining about things. Yeah, don't look for the one who is wrong. Yeah, look about the solutions. Look about for actions what you can do to solve the problem, and not look about who is the reason of the problems. Yeah, because if you find the reason of the problems or who is wrong, it doesn't help. Yeah, because anyway you need to do something about it. And for that reason, better to take some responsibility or more responsibility about yourself, about life, about other people. And that's connected with the wolf time too, because it's more like you get more awake, like you awakening. Because awakening for many people is very abstractive. What does it mean to rising the consciousness or be awake or awakening? It's simply taking more responsibility and stop complaining, like stop searching for the people who is wrong or organization who is wrong, and ask what can I do to make the world better, or what can I do to make my life better, what can I do to make the life of my family better, and start to work on that, make some small steps. Maybe you not do everything in one time, but at least you start to take the direction. And for example, what I teach in my courses, like, okay, exist doctors, yeah, and of course, doctors is their job to help you and heal you, but they not always succeed, yeah, with that. And if you just only trust the doctors, it's maybe you are lucky and they will fix you and help you. But what if they are not lucky? Yeah, maybe they not find the reason, and you also have to take responsibility for your health, for your how to say, body, energy, and uh, prevent the problems and know how everything works and see how your organs works, for example. It's also a form of responsibility about your own health. Yeah, um, maybe with the dentist is a little bit complicated to take responsibility, yeah, because it's a bit difficult to fix them. But with many other problems, we can do good things, and working on, I don't know, do yoga, do some exercise, do some qigong, I don't know, many different possibilities exist to take care of your health, yeah, and that's also a responsibility. Don't give up, just try to do it and ask yourself, what can I do to make myself more healthy? Of course, you can complain about doctors that they cannot fix you, but that doesn't help, yeah, because yeah, they say sorry, I did my best for you, but it doesn't work. Yeah, that's why
Right.
we have to do that.
I also feel like the time of the fox, maybe it is also kind of like the time of like the embracing our shadows, and like maybe that we need to integrate some of these things and to really learn the lessons of all of these, yeah, dark times that we were in. is there, yeah, something that you could sort of talk about that perhaps?
Yeah, we say like the dark time in Siberian shamanism connected to the spirit of Erlik. Yeah, Erlik is a spirit of transformation and cleansing, and also standing for death and suffering and low frequency. Yeah, if you like look all together about it. And of course, the first idea that Erlik having a negative energy and it's a bad spirit, but actually we not see him as a bad spirit. We see him as a kind of spirit what bring challenges, and we need the challenges to get stronger in a way. Like, and if we pass that time of the fox, that night time, I mean, all the humans, yeah, it's mean we getting stronger because we went through the obstacles, we have went through the huge problems, what I just mentioned about that traumas, what we have. And it's not have only negative side, also make us stronger inside. It's like building up. It's like a tomatoes in a glass house and tomatoes in like open field. Yeah, they can be smaller, but they are much tastier. And in the glass houses, less obstacles, more easy life, easy growing, but they are less tastier. Tomatoes, I mean. And people who have sometimes more difficulties in life, they also carry a lot. I would say you cannot say that they are more tasty, but kind of they are more special. You can say more interesting sometimes because they get through many transformation, and by experience that you learn also. Yeah, that's like learning process.
I like that example about the tomatoes. Thank you. I see a
Always
question.
remember tomatoes in Netherlands, yeah, like they
Yeah.
are sometimes tasteless. And when you eat the tomatoes from my parents, what they do, like it's like opposite, like they really very tasty. And
Right.
yeah, that's have a sense, of course.
Great. I see a question here about, yeah, the challenge also about the AI and technology, how to balance our use of AI with the real human needs and expectations of those who rely on us. And I'm not sure if this is also related to, the transitioning from the fox to the wolf age, but of course it is kind of more the future of
Yeah, that's
technology where we,
a form of development, and it's only like the beginning that AI, it's like it's only the beginning of it, yeah, of course. And if it works positively for people, for the world, yeah, it's like everything can be used in both ways, yeah. Like I always say, like money can be, you can buy, I don't know, food for that, or you can buy military weapons, yeah. It can be both spent. Same with this IE, it's also can be very helpful with the economy, for example, to count what we need, how much we need, and because many resources what we use in the planet, sometimes we produce too many cars, yeah, for example, yeah, and then nobody need a car, so many cars, and then this cars is like a waste of like materials, and also cars have to be sold more expensive, for example. If you can calculate how much you need this and how much you need that, and it's possible, and then maybe that can be positive as well. Again, it's about awareness of people and taking responsibility. If people start to be more aware and taking responsibility for others, then of course it will be used more in a kind of good way and a positive way. Yeah? And of course, some people will try to use many things, as I say, in a negative way, because some people don't want to leave the Fox time and they're still living in the Fox energy. But it will disappear, and that will be less and less and less. Of course, it would be not so fast as we want it, but step by step. Yeah.
right. Thank you for sharing this. And I agree, there's a lot of pros and cons about all of this technology. It's just about the way we use it as well. And yeah, what energy is attached
Yeah,
to it.
intention, and the intention what we put in it.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a great question here. Could you speak perhaps globally about the fox and the wolf time in terms of areas where freedoms are still being curtailed?
Yeah, it's like Fox time is, of course, it's a time of limitation and time of kind of um, time of when you cannot expand yourself and you have to sometimes hiding, sometimes even knowledge was hiding in the Fox time. Yeah, now the knowledge get more open. Like if you see it, it's more free. Now we can learn almost everything. Sometimes it's more difficult to choose what to learn these days. Yeah, and in the past it was different. Yeah, it's like opposition, like it's really different, love and fear, like freedom and being locked. Yeah, this is the energy of the fox and energy of the wood, and yeah, it's quite different actually, and that's make stress for many people because when you are limited, it's also kind of security because you know this is right, this is not right, it's good is not good. Yeah, it's like very easy in a way to kind of organize, and when you get more possibilities, it's also makes sometimes stress. It's like where to go, what to do, and that's actually what I talk about the shamans. That's why the shamans need to help people to have an idea where to go then, because you got the freedom but you don't know what to do with that freedom, like and then you need sometimes, like in the beginning, some guidance, and that's what the job of the healers and shamans at this time, to help people to see what they can do with that, also to see what they can do with them destiny, because sometimes people, yeah, have destiny but they don't know how to realize that and what to do with it as well. If I understand the right question, I hope.
Yeah, I think so.
Mhm.
Thank you. Uh, there's also a question. I know that you said something about the galactic center. I suppose it's something to do with the source. And if you could maybe tell a little bit or talk a little bit more about that.
Yeah, we can make a connection with the solar system. For example, center of the solar system is the sun, and sun energy is like representing life energy, life force energy, because with the sun, everything growing. Yeah, like plants need the sun, we need the sun. Like without sun is not possible the life. Yeah, and center of the galactic is a little bit similar but more powerful. Yeah, of course, it's more far away from us, but it's also having influence to us too, because it's like a little bit like a sun, also give that energy to all the galactic, and also of course the solar system, and also to the our planet as well. And we in a way also having that influence, and it's also connected with the life force, but it's in another level than the sun energy. Yeah, it's kind of how to say, more if you say about frequencies, more kind of fine frequencies and the sun energy.
Yeah, great. Thank you. I see here another beautiful question about thank you for the information that help us from the fox time to the wolf time on a personal level. Do you have a suggestion what we might do to help the transition on a more global level?
Yeah, that's what I say. Like we have to start from ourselves. Of course, we can start work globally and maybe participate some big organizations. I don't know which is exist as well. For example, as I say, I very much like ideas of Anastasia, and then around the world is also like a big movement. But I also like about this movement because this is not having how it's called that center. Like there's no people who say what to do. Everybody just get an ideas and they do them own way. It's a little bit like shamanism too. Like there's many shamans, but everybody like working differently, and there's no really someone who regulate that process. Yeah, it's like she given ideas, and people take these ideas and they just work with these ideas, and they sometimes come together and work together. that's possible to, it's one way, yeah, to participate some organization. But as I said before, it's you can start from yourself and simply rising amount of love, stop complaining about life and other people, and taking more responsibility for yourself, for your life, for life of others. And it would be really great kind of support to move to the wolf time. And if somebody is behind, yeah, for example, somebody is still lying and in the fox age, you say, okay, yeah, it's them choice. You kind of try to help them too if they open for help. But if they not, you don't need to carry them with you. Yeah, you say, okay, like you're welcome, but I'm not going to carry you on my shoulders. Yeah, and these people have their own rhythm. Maybe they not ready yet. Maybe they come later. It's but some people always a little bit ahead. Yeah. And I think many people who is interested about spirituality, different spiritual traditions, I think they are a bit more ahead because they are more sensitive and they feel more early that energy of the wolf time.
Yeah. And it feels also really about like the personal and collective evolvement and where we're in. And I wonder, is there kind of like this ultimate, place that we all can evolve to, or will it be like, and it's probably going to be a long time, right? These cycles are very long, so it will take some time, but yeah, I just wonder, like, in these traditions, if there is like, ultimately like this golden age when people are more unified and the consciousness is more at a higher state and at, so
Yeah, of course it exists. And imagine that we just in the morning and what happened in the daytime. Yeah, it's like it will be really a big progress and big development. Yeah. It's like we finished the night. It was the worst things been happen or happen maybe now. The last things happen, and then it's coming and should come up. Yeah, that's the calendar say it's like that. And also you can see it from many other traditions. Yeah, it's similar. And yeah, of course, exist stories about the golden age, how the life it will be, but yeah, now we only can dream about that and only kind of have and imagine how it could be. Yeah? But definitely it would be totally different as now. Yeah?
right. Let me see. There's a question. Perhaps you have a good advice for someone who is coping a profound chronic illness. I know this is perhaps another different question, but if you maybe have something to say to her.
It's maybe not really connected with the type of the wolf, but with the chronic illnesses. In my view, the best way is working with your organs, internal organs, because it's easy to prevent the chronic illnesses, also heal the chronic illnesses with the massage of internal organs. Also, in Siberia, we use fasting for chronic illnesses. Like when you fast, then normally your resources of your body is start to healing the chronic illnesses. And long fasting normally can heal most of the chronic diseases, or at least make it better. But a combination of massage of the internal organs or massage or healing of internal organs, yeah. Because we say that the reason of the chronic illness is coming from our belly, yeah, and from the organs. And if you massage them, you prevent it or you heal the illness. And of course, generally, like rising amount of love, it's also help too, because every illness it's connected with the low frequency, and love is connected with the higher frequency, and then you can also working with that way too. And that's what I can recommend.
Yeah.
Then maybe later you can say about my courses. It's one of the main courses also about healing of organs.
Yeah, we will talk about that further. And it feels also like in the age of the fox and that there are more chronic diseases rising, right? Globally. Like there's a lot of, disease actually happening, which were maybe not as much in the earlier days where people had, of course, different types of foods and different types of lifestyles. So it feels also, perhaps it's also more related, these different illnesses as well that are rising these days, and how we are coping with that on the individual level and take care of ourselves as well in these times.
I would say like that, there's two directions. Like one, emotions, because focus time based on the fear, and fear is really killing our immune system. It's like fear, when you have a lot of fear, stress, then your immune system is dropping down. It's mean like you get kind of more open for all kind of bacteria, viruses to destroy your body. Yeah? And another hand is like yeah, that stress has also destroyed the organs, yeah, as well, and then like they cannot functioning so well, yeah, and that's also make a shorter life or like chronic illnesses, and also like our body can accumulate the toxins, yeah, and when the body accumulate too much toxins, the toxins like damage from us from inside. That's why it's important the subject of cleansing, yeah, detoxing, cleansing, and the best form of detoxing is fasting, yeah, because then the body really can clean yourself. Not that you do something to clean it, but the body clean yourself. And with the fasting, it's really possible. That's why in Siberia, one of the main form of healing is fasting. Yeah?
Right.
But that's very tough also. Tough way.
Yeah. The cleansing.
Cleansing. Yeah.
Someone asked, just because it's related to this, how long do you recommend fasting?
This is a big subject. It's many things depends of if you fast before or not. It depends what kind of problem you want to solve. Like if it's serious chronic illness, we recommend long fasting from 10 days to like 20 days, something like that. But it's also more than 10 days. You have to be careful and like watch your blood pressure and watch how your body react on the process, because it's quite stressful. Fasting is a very stressful process, yeah, and we need to be like careful with that. And I would recommend just to learn that about that, yeah, that read some books, talk with the people who is doing that already. Also exist like in Siberia, we have some even clinics for fasting, like people coming there and they living there for 20 days, for example. They have a kind of check, blood pressure check, and other checks just to be sure that everything is okay with you, and then you have like kind of control and you're going through the fasting. That's an option too.
Thank
But
you.
just start to learn about it, just look some information about it.
Right. There's also a couple of questions which is kind of related to it. If the fox and the wolf time, this transition is related to like a shift of the new earth going from the third to the fifth dimension. Is it something that, we can see it in that way also?
I don't know about the third and the fifth dimension. Maybe it's exist. Maybe it's have a connection too. Maybe it's about the same. But definitely it's some new energy is coming, and if we call it like fifth dimension, then it's the same, yeah, but just another way to describe that, yeah. But what I see that not everybody can handle this transition, yeah. It's like really tough process, and that's what the example with the corona time was really show us very clear, that some people really stressed and feared, and even many people die because of that, yeah, not because of corona, I think, but because of the stress and the fear. And some people, they find a way, and they maybe they get corona, but that was not so a big problem. Like I also was sick with the corona, but I don't have any problems with that. Yeah, but everybody is different. I think it's also connected with the process.
Great. There's a question here also about what the spirits say about the wolf and the fox time. Is there any like insights there? Are there any answers here from the different worlds where the spirits reside? Someone is pointing out also the upper, middle, lower world, but I don't know if you have anything here to say about what the
No,
spirits
but
say.
for the spirits is like a rhythm, yeah. For them, it's like one thing changing another thing. For them, it's nothing special, yeah. It's for us is special because for us it's like really one thing happened and now it's another thing happened, and we really kind of like wow, what's going on. But for the spirits, it's like I would say nothing, nothing special, yeah. This is just going on and the rhythm changing and. It's just normal things, and for that reason, everything have a rhythm, yeah, and we just need to feel the rhythm, and of course we can feel the rhythm of the day or feel rhythm of the year. It's easier for us, but this is long rhythms of the ages, like more than 1,000 years. It's very difficult because it's so big, and for that reason, it's a little bit like shocking for some people, yeah. But it's also rhythm, only like a big rhythm, yeah, like a long rhythm.
Great. I know you offer a variety of courses and programs to share the richest of your wisdom with everyone who's inspired to learn from you. And you were already touching about the organ massage, of course, but would you like to share any of your upcoming offerings with our audience?
I'm doing two main courses. Yeah, actually, by the way, in October I started first time a course in German language. There's maybe some people who is speaking German language. Then you can. I have some of the people who help me to translate it to German, and then I do my shamanic year education on German in October, and in English will be in November. A new group. You're welcome to join it. And also in November, I will start a new group of massage of the organs. And that's what my main teachings and main courses. But also, I have many small courses, rituals about family karma, about healings, about for wolves ritual, for example, very interesting. You can join them always. It's also on my online education platform. You can come and see them.
Great. So, yeah, we will make sure to provide all the links as well below the video for those who are maybe watching later. And I think there's also provided in the chats as well. And we know also that people can contact you through Shaman's directory. Are there any other ways for people to contact you?
Facebook and YouTube and Instagram. You can find me everywhere and connect where you like. Also email and WhatsApp, Telegram. That's many possibilities. Thank you for
Beautiful.
organizing that meeting here, and thank you for everybody to join. Nice to be together, and yeah, keep in touch. The shamanic directory is also, I think, you open up with the wolf time actually in the beginning of the wolf time. Yeah,
That's what we would like to think. Yes.
yeah, it is. Yeah, it is also
Yeah.
kind of part of that process in my vision. Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. I know you also had that vision, so I'm glad that we could carry it out and for every one of us to, be part of this global community. So again, thank you, Ahamkara, for your generosity and sharing your amazing ancestral wisdom about the fox and the wolf time and about your lineage that is rooted in Siberia. It's been a true honor and a delight to have you here. Thank you so much. Deep bow
Thank
to you.
you. Thank you. All the best. Bye bye.
And to all of our viewers, wherever you are or watching later, this event has been recorded and will be posted on YouTube. And this is also where you will see all of our last events as well and much more. And all of the links, again, that have been shared here in the chat will also be posted below our YouTube video. And I would also like to take this opportunity as well to announce an exciting event that we are planning here, because we are hosting a free Shaman's Directory summit titled Gathering at the Cosmic Fire 2024, honoring the source of our awakening, featuring over 40 honored shamanic earth-based healers and teachers from around the world, including Ahamkara as well. And the summit will go live on October 7th through the 11th, so that's quite soon. And we, of course, want to invite you to join us for this incredible gathering of wisdom, healing, and awakening, and also in this wolf time of more awakening. So you can register now at gathering at the cosmic fire 2024.com. And I believe it's also in the chat. So please feel free to sign up for that as well. So thank you for joining us and creating this special space together. We are closing the session of today, and I wish you a beautiful day and weekend.